Okay, good morning, my kids. How are you? How was the grammar with you? Did you study it? Okay, today we're not going to take grammar anymore. We're going to take story. Our second term story is Peter Pan. I want you, before looking at my video, I want you to get your stories beside you. Don't open it, just keep it closed and look with me. The title of our story is Peter Pan. I know that most of you know the story of Peter Pan, but we are going to take more details. The first part, we are going to take the characters. The characters. What is the meaning of characters? Characters are the people or animals in the story. So characters are the people or animals in the story. If I read any story and I found a name of a cat, a name of a dog, Fluffy, Kitty, a name of a person, a name of a woman, for example, Mrs. Cindy. So all of these names are called characters. Here, the most important characters in the story are Peter Pan. And Peter Pan is the hero of the story, the main character of the story. The second character is John, Wendy, Croc. Croc is, yes, abbreviation of crocodile, Michael, Tinkerbell, and Captain Hook. And take care, you're going to see Tinkerbell will be always with Peter Pan. The second part is setting. What's the meaning of setting? Can you see here the picture? Can you tell me what's this place? Yes, it's a house. Can you see who are these people? If you see, this is Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, and this is Wendy. The setting is, it's the main place where the story happens is the darling's house. So, setting is time and place of the story. But we're not going to talk about time, we're going to talk about the place. As you see, it's a house. So, the main place of the story is the darling's house. Later on, you are going to know who are the darlings. Type of the story, the genre of the story. If you see here, this is Peter Pan who flies. So, it's not real that any man can fly. So, what is the type of the story? Is it a real story? Can anyone fly? No. Can you fly? No. So it's not a real story. It's not a real story. As you see here, Peter Pan, Wendy, John, and Michael are flying. So it's not a real story, it's a fiction story. The story is not a real story. It can't happen in real life. This story is a fiction story. So if I ask you, what's the type of the story of Peter Pan? You're going to tell me it's a fiction story. It's a fiction story. Okay, this is the cover of Peter Pan. As we see here, Peter Pan, Wendy, Michael, and John are flying. And sure, we have Tinkerbell. I want you to open chapter 1, the first page. We are going to take only the first two pages. Chapter 1, at home. So what's the setting of the story? At home. Okay. We can see here a very big house. All children except one grow up. As usual, as we see that every child can grow. Every child was born as a baby, then he became a kid, a child, a man, an old man. So all of us can grow. Here, all children except one grow up. All the children can grow except one who doesn't grow up. They begin to know it after they are 2. And that was when Wendy Darling began to know it. Take care, Wendy Darling. She is the daughter of the Darlings. The Darlings lived in London at number 40. Wendy was the oldest. Wendy was the oldest. Then came John and little Michael. So the Darlings family have 3 children. Who are they? Who can tell me? They have Wendy, the oldest girl. Then they have 2 boys, John and Michael. The children had a nurse. They had a babysitter at their house. What's their nurse? Is it a woman? Is it a girl? Can we see? Their nurse was a big dog named Nana. Their nurse wasn't a woman. Their nurse was a dog. What's the name of the dog? It's Nana. Nana's dog house was near the children's room. The house of the dog was near the children's room. When the children cried, she would always wake up. Nana was a treasure. A treasure, it's a big thing. It's a very important thing at their home. Mrs. Darling didn't know what she would do without her. So this means that Nana is very important at the Darlings' house. The Darlings were a happy family. That was until Peter Pan came. We are going to stop until here, then we are going to continue. But what I want from you to study the characters very well. Who are the characters in the story and what's the setting of the story? Because next time I'm going to give you some small questions about the setting and the characters of the story.